Okay, so once again, this one is a reference I am using. So you can see all figures, the figures included in this slide is taken from this reference. Okay, so I told you we are discussing about liquid to liquid heat exchanger. So now we are going to discuss about the control of liquid to liquid heat exchanger by using three-way valve. Okay, so here we are considering cooler. Okay, so please note down these two diagrams. So these are the two different instrumentation that is used to control the process medium temperature using three-way valve. The difference is in one instrumentation, three-way valve is used to split the process medium into two. Okay, so it is known as diversion valve. It is diverting a portion of process medium through the bypass line and the remaining portion through the heat exchanger. Okay, now in this instrumentation, the three-way valve is used to mix the liquid, process medium liquid, where one portion is coming from the heat exchanger and second one is coming from the bypass line. Okay, so we are using three-way valve. So before explaining the operation or the process of this one, first why we need a bypass line. First we are going to discuss what is the disadvantage if you are using a bypass line. You can see that here the three-way valve is used to manipulate the process medium. So in last class I told you if you are manipulating the process medium, that control action will not be accurate. But still we are manipulating the process medium. So in order to avoid some problem, we are using we are manipulating the process medium in order to avoid some problem. Otherwise, we will not use, we will not manipulate the flow rate of process medium because that one is less accurate. The problem is nothing but in previous slide I told you, if you are using integral action, one condition is very important. The time lag must be small. If the system have large time lag, then what is the problem? Why we are using integral action? Integral action is used to reduce the offset error, and the process will have large offset error if it is affected by disturbance. So think about the situation where the process is regularly affected by the disturbance. Then definitely we need an integral action. Am I correct? But we can't use integral action if the process have a large time lag. Okay, so please note the control of temperature. The control of temperature is actually the function of, rather than saying the control of temperature, the selection of control of temperature controller, the control mode, the selection of control mode. It is depending upon two things. It is a function of load change and the speed of response required. Please note that. Okay, so if it is depending upon load change, so we are saying about integral action. So the selection of integral action is depending upon the characteristics of the system, that is nothing but the time lag, process time lag. So please note, if the system have large process time lag, we can't use integral action. Then we need to use, in order to effectively control the temperature, we need to use a three-way valve. But if you are unable to control, or if you are unable to manipulate the heat transfer medium by using a integral mode, then we need to manipulate the process medium, the flow rate of process medium, by using a three-way valve. So for the purpose, a bypass line is used. Okay, so please note, we can use bypass if and only if the system is having large process time lag and load effect. Otherwise, don't use bypass line. Okay, so what is the advantage if you are using? So what is the disadvantage? Accuracy is decreased. But what is the purpose if you have these two problems? Load changes and large process time lag. That is the purpose. That is why we are using three-way valve, or that is why we are using bypass line. Now, what is the advantage if you are using bypass line? the advantage is, one is speed of response is increased, second one, the cost is served, okay, and the main advantage is we can increase the degrees of freedom. Why the degrees of freedom is increased? You can see that already process medium flow rate is one variable. But here you can see that one is split into two. So this flow rate is one variable, and here we have an additional flow rate. Means the flow rate is increased. Number of flow rate variables are increased. Means the number of independent variables are increased to 7. But the process equation is same. We have only one process equation. So 7 minus 1, now the degrees of freedom is 6. Okay, so the degrees of freedom is increased. So that is another advantage. Okay. Now, how it is functioning? You can see that the flow rate is, so the temperature is measured here. So I told you we are discussing about cooler. So we want to maintain a low temperature here. So the temperature is measured. And here you can see that we are using a fail to open control valve towards this direction. So this direction is fail to open, means this direction is fail to close path, or this path is fail to close. Okay. So please note, if it is fail to open, now in order to reduce, if temperature is large, what we have to do? If temperature is large, then we have to open this control valve. Am I correct? This path must be open. Why? If temperature is large, we have to cool this process medium. So in order to cool this process medium, more liquid must be allowed to pass through this cooler. So for that purpose, this path must be open. So this path is fail open, means by decreasing this control signal, we have to open this path so that more liquid is allowed to pass through the cooler, so that the temperature is decreased. More liquid is allowed to pass through this cooler, means less amount of liquid is allowed to pass through this bypass line. Am I correct? So this is something around, say, this flow rate is QR or QP, process medium flow rate. Say the liquid through this one, the flow rate through this heat exchanger is QH, or we can say Q1, because Q1 is the flow rate of the heat transfer medium. So we can write Q1. Q1 is the flow rate through heat exchanger. So Q1. Now this one is Q2, right? Okay. Say the after this heat exchanger, the liquid through this process medium have a temperature T1, and this temperature is not changed. So this temperature is T2. So after this mixing, so here these two streams are mixed. So after this one, what will be the temperature of liquid? Roughly we can say that is Q1 into T1 plus Q2 into T2 divided by the total flow rate Q1 plus Q2. Is it okay? So if Q1 is large, you can see that this quantity is large. So this one is less effective. So after mixing, what will happen? This T1 is small. After heat transition, T1 is largely reduced. So the net value is decreased. Means Q1 is acting as a weightage of T1, Q2 is acting as the weightage of T2. So after this heat transaction, as we are using cooler, if Q1 is large, the net temperature is decreased. Okay. So what is happening? If you are opening this control valve, then the Q1 is increased, so this weightage is increased where T1 is small. So the average value or weighted average value of this temperature is decreased. Okay. Now what is happening if temperature is small? If this temperature is small, then with respect to the temperature measurement, TAC will give a large control signal. So control signal will be large. Okay. So that this path is closed, and this path is open. So automatically what will happen? This flow rate will decrease, this flow rate will increase. So after mixing, the temperature will increase. So this is the operation. So you can give the similar type of explanation here. Here also you can give the same explanation. The only difference is the control valve is used to mix the two stream. One stream is coming from the heat exchanger, second stream is coming from the bypass lane. But you can give the same explanation. Okay, so that one is a process of this instrumentation. But here you can see that the flow rate of heat transfer medium is maintained constant. So this flow rate is maintained constant, or it is our duty to maintain this flow rate constant. Is it okay? Or all variables associated with this medium must be constant. All variables means this flow rate must be maintained constant, the temperature must be maintained constant. So that is our duty. Is it okay? So this is the process of the control of temperature using three-way valve or bypass line. Okay. So I told you what is the advantage. The advantage is by using three-way valve, the dynamic response is improved. But please note, we can say that if the process is having large load effect and large time lag. Otherwise, the dynamic response is degraded. I told you this, if in a normal situation, if you are using three-way valve, this controller is less accurate. Okay, so this one is a better one if the system have large load effect and large time lag. Is it okay? Now it have a certain problems. Okay. Please note, I told you heat exchanger have a nonlinear characteristics. Three-way valve will not change the nonlinear nature. So please note that three-way valve can't do anything with the nonlinear nature of that heat exchanger. Okay, so it can't reduce the effect of that nonlinear character. So please note that. If you are comparing these two instrumentation, which one is better? This instrumentation means instrumentation with a diversion valve or instrumentation with a mixing valve. Which one is favorable? Say the inlet process medium have a temperature T, or we can write T1. Now that liquid is split into two. So I am not writing the flow rate. So that one is split into two means after this valve, here also the temperature is T1. This one is also T1. Or we can write T2 for convenience. T2. So this one is also T2. This one is also T2. Now after heat transaction, after this heat exchanger, here the temperature is changed into T1. But here in this bypass line, the temperature is T2 again. So around the control valve, you can see that around the control valve, temperature is same. If temperature is same around the control valve means around the control valve there is no temperature gradient. So even if this control valve have thermal expansion, that thermal expansion will be unique. Okay. So if there any deformation, the deformation will be same. In all sides, the deformation will be same. What about this particular one? So this one is a inlet liquid, the process medium with a temperature T2. So after splitting, this temperature is T2 again. So this temperature is T2. This one is also T2. Now here also the temperature of bypass line is T2. But what about this one? After heat transaction, that one is increased to T1. Now after mixing, this one will be the weighted average value. So maybe T output. So you can see that around the control valve, the temperature is different. So we all know that due to temperature, a thermal expansion will be there. But due to different temperature, at a different point of this control valve, the thermal expansion will be different because we have a temperature gradient problem. So the thermal expansion is not unique. So it will result in a maintenance problem. Failure. Okay, so the life of that control valve will decrease here compared to this control valve. Okay, so this instrumentation is favorable. So please note that. Okay, so for the remaining explanation, I am using this instrumentation. Okay. Now now we are going to discuss about the disadvantages of three-way valve. If you are using three-way valve, the main disadvantage is this one is an unbalanced design. We can decrease that by using linear port. But we can't remove that problem. That unbalanced design. The three-way valve is an unbalanced design. That is one problem. Then second problem is, if you are using three-way valve, we can't use three-way valve if the operating temperature is greater than 260 degrees Celsius. Okay, we can't use three-way valve if the operating temperature is greater than 260 degrees Celsius. That is second problem. Third problem is not with respect to this control valve, that is with respect to the heat exchanger. Heat exchanger is a resistive device. Am I correct? So definitely it will provide some resistance to the flow of liquid through this heat exchanger. Okay, but the flow through this bypass line don't have any resistance. If you are assuming that the dynamic resistance is 0. All pipeline will provide some dynamic resistance. For explanatory purpose, say the dynamic resistance is 0. So what about the static resistance? Definitely this heat exchanger will provide some static resistance. This one don't have that static resistance. So definitely it will provide some unbalance. This three-way valve is providing one unbalance. Along with that, due to this resistance, the flow rate have an additional unbalanced condition. Means unbalanced condition means if this valve is 50% open, if this one is 50% open, what we are expecting? We are expecting 50% flow rate through this line and 50% flow rate through this line. Because this one is 50% open, then the path through this valve, means this path is have this path and this path have the same resistance due to the three-way valve. But I told you this heat exchanger is providing an additional resistance. If it is providing an additional resistance, then this flow rate is decreased to something around 48%. It is depending upon the resistance, and this is increased to 52%. So you can see that an unbalance is occurred. Is it okay? So how to avoid that? So in order to avoid this situation, include a hand valve here. By introducing a resistance to this bypass line, we can avoid this unbalanced condition. This heat exchanger is providing a resistance. Include the same resistance here using a hand valve. That one is one solution. Okay. So please note, a hand valve is provided here to match the, in order to avoid the unbalanced condition. I told you this heat exchanger is providing a resistance. So we are introducing the same resistance in this bypass line. So before implementation, after installation, what we have to do? By adjusting the hand valve, we have to make sure that the flow rate through these two lines are equal. First, maintain 50% open here. Okay. Then by adjusting this hand valve, make sure that the flow rate through these two lines are equal. The flow rate through these two lines are equal means resistance to these two flows are equal if this valve is 50% open. That we are doing. Okay. So please note down this diagram. So this is the three-way valve with a balancing valve. So this is balancing valve. So please note down this instrumentation. So this one is the three-way valve or bypass line with a balancing line. Okay. Actually, there is nothing to explain. If you are asked to explain the three-way valve or bypass line with balancing valve, you have to explain everything about that three-way valve, why we are using three-way valve, what's advantages that we discussed in previous slide. Along with that, we have to discuss, or you have to discuss about why we are using the balancing valve. So we are using balancing valve to make the system a balanced one. Why it is unbalanced? Because heat exchanger is providing an additional resistance. So definitely, even if the three-way valve is 50% open, the flow rate will be same. So in order to make these two flow rate same, we are introducing a additional resistance in bypass line by using a hand valve. So that's a thing. Okay, but please note, if you are using a balancing valve, definitely cost will increase. That's a problem. Okay, but we have to use this valve if the resistance offered by the heat exchanger is dominant. Okay, so this is the additional explanation that we have. Now we are going to discuss about one more problem. So first note down this diagram. So this one is two-way valve, means this is not three-way valve. We are not controlling the temperature of process medium using two-way valve, but this one is a bypass line controller. But instead of using three-way valve, two-way valve is used. Two-way valves are used. So please note down this diagram. So two-way valve. So what's the disadvantage of a single three-way valve? The main disadvantage is, I told you, three-way valve is an unbalanced valve. Okay. And what is the second disadvantage? Even if we are using three-way valve for diversion purpose, we can expect some amount of thermal expansion. Thermal expansion in the sense, the thermal expansion, theoretically what we are expecting a unique thermal expansion without any gradient. But practically we can expect all these things. Okay. So in some situation, if you are unable to use a three-way valve, it depends upon our requirement, it depends upon the process. In some situation, if you are unable to use three-way valve due to all these reasons, then we have to replace three-way valve with two-way valve, where one valve is placed in the main line. This one is a main line. Okay, and second valve is placed in the bypass line. Okay, so, and these two valves are operated by using the same control signal. Same control signal is used to operate these two valves, with only one difference. One valve is a fail to open valve and second valve is a fail to close valve. Okay, one valve is a fail to open valve and second valve is a fail to close valve. Means this one is a fail to open valve and this one is cooler. So if temperature is large, in order to reduce temperature, if temperature is large, if this measurement is large, then in order to reduce temperature, what we have to do? We have to increase this flow rate and we have to decrease this flow rate. Okay, as we are using FO and FC, so in order to increase this flow rate and in order to decrease this bypass flow rate, we have to decrease this control signal. Okay, so once again, if temperature is large, by giving small control signal, this main flow rate is increased and the bypass flow rate is decreased, so that after mixing the temperature will decrease. Okay, similarly, if the temperature is small, if the temperature measurement is small, then by decreasing the control signal, by increasing the control signal, by increasing the control signal, by increasing the control signal, what we have to do? By increasing the control signal, but if this temperature is small, then by increasing the control signal, we have to decrease this flow rate and we have to increase this flow rate. Why? If you are increasing this control signal, this is normally open, that one is closed, so this flow rate is decreased. And with respect to the increase of this control, this is normally closed valve, that one is open, so this flow rate is increased. So temperature will increase, because this flow rate is increased means the temperature carried by this medium is more, and this flow rate is decreased means a few amount of the temperature of few amount of liquid is decreased. So after this mixing, definitely temperature will increase. Okay, so that is an advantage. Okay, so this one is two-way valve, but please note, we can use two-way valve if we are unable to use a single three-way valve. Okay, why? Normally, if you are using two-way valve, cost will increase. Normally, the price of three-way valve is 65% of two-way valve. The cost of three-way valve is definitely greater than a single two-way valve. But here we are using two-way valve. So the cost of three-way valve is less than the cost of two-way valve. So please note. But capacity point of view, both are same. The capacity of three-way valve and the capacity of two-way valve are same. Okay, so please note that. And one more thing is there, we are using, if you are using three-way valve, we are using three-way valve with linear ports, double linear that we are using. So if you are using two-way valve, if you are replacing three-way valve with two-way valve, then this two-way valve must have linear port. That is very important. Okay. So this one is a comparison of three-way valve and two-way valve. Okay. So if you are using one three-way valve, this is economical, means cost of three-way valve is less than the cost of two-way valve. So this is economical. It is providing tight shutoff. Okay. Now what about the two single-seated valve? Means we are using two-way valve. Okay, with single-seated. Each valve have single seat. Then what's the advantage? The advantage is this is applicable, or we can use this one if we need tight shutoff, or it is providing tight shutoff. And if the temperature, operating temperature is greater than 260 degree, we can use this one. We can use three-way valve. Okay. Or if the differential temperature is greater than 167 degree, then we can use this one. Around the, this is actually applicable for if you are using three-way valve for mixing purpose, then this condition is applicable here. Then we can use mixing valve if the, around the valve, if the temperature gradient is 167 degree, if the temperature difference is 167 degree, then we can use three-way valve. We have to use two-way valve. Then if the operating pressure, if the operating pressure is high pressure, then also we can use three-way valve. We have to use two-way valve. Okay. So this is a comparison between three-way valve and two-way valve. Now the comparison between these two. This one is two-way valve, where each valve have single seat or single port. Then here each valve have double port. Double port will not give tight shutoff. Okay. Otherwise these two are same here. But what is the advantage of double port? Capacity point of view. For the same valve size, if we want more capacity, means more variation in flow rate, that is capacity means, then we have to use double ported valves. Okay. So this one is a comparison. So I am stopping here.